Damein here at Jadari. Welcome back to Sales Mastery. This is lesson 3, the art of persuasion. Before I get into this lesson, I do want to just kind of hone in on the word persuasion. A lot of times people hear it, and unfortunately they get a little bit more of a negative feel from it, thinking that it's more out of ill intent or out of a bad way of somebody coming at you to persuade you to something you don't want. As a salesperson, it's important to realize that persuasion is honestly a good thing if you are holding to honesty and integrity. I myself know that there are plenty of times that I could have been like, no, and somebody being a little more persistent saying, hey, you told me this is going to help you. I don't want to force you into nothing, but I believe that this will help you. This is going to solve your problems. And so, again, if we're coming at a sell and we're trusting our process and we're doing the best we can based on listening to the client that we've been speaking to, persuasion, again, becomes a positive thing. Okay, just like all these other things we've kind of spoke about in these other lessons here. So, course 3, the art of persuasion. This is going to be very, very big. There's a lot of things that come into play when you're doing persuasion. And for one, just like I've said on some of the other places, listening is key. You need to listen to the client and you need to be honest and know that you're here to help, and your persuasion will come a little bit more natural. I kind of mentioned in the last lesson about being a kid and persuading your mother or your dad to be able to get what you want, or to be able to go out of the house and go hang out with friends. Have you ever persuaded your parents when you were grounded and you need to get out of the house? I promise I won't do it again. So we have this natural way that we do want to persuade people in our lives to get the things that we want. Now the difference is when you get to a sales aspect and become a sales professional, you want to hone in on that skill that we're born with, but we want to make sure that we're doing it in the best interest of our client. So, when it comes to this, there's a few things that you really want to hone in on. Number 1 is going to be your tone. Tone is everything when it comes to how you're persuading somebody and how they are really taking in the words that you're doing. So there's going to be times when you're going to show some excitement and your tone might be up, you're going to have a high voice inflection, and these are going to captivate them in a way that they are going to feel your energy. Okay, it's going to be very, very important when you want them to have excitement for your product or the service that you're offering. So all of a sudden you're laughing, oh my gosh, this is so great. Okay, and that's going to be huge. Now you're also going to have some other times when your pitch is going to go up. You want to get them interested, you're getting them excited, you're kind of taking them around the ropes. So your voice inflection, your tone, and your pitch are going to be key items when you're speaking to these people and getting them to feel an emotion. Previously in the last lesson, we talked about some pain that's part of your sales process that you need to hone in on, kind of a pain aspect or a problem they might have. And on those is when we're going to be dropping, okay? During that time, we're honing in on their pain, and that is part of the persuasion, is making sure that they're feeling that problem 10 times more than how they just told you about it. They're coming across very easy, but you're going to hone in, you're going to get real low and say, wow, that must really be hard to get through. You are persuading them to make sure that they're understanding that this problem is real. Again, a lot of us kind of get our problems set aside and we act like they're not much and we continue on our day. So when a solution comes up, we don't think it's anything. We've lived with it long enough, we have a blister or whatever, I'm not going to pop it. Okay? Instead of realizing, let's bandage it up, let's get rid of it, and I've got the Band-Aid for you right here. So persuasion is something that has a lot to do with your energy, your voice, and your connection to a person to make sure that you are changing their truth, and not changing it so much, you're letting them see the truth rather. But sometimes it does take a little bit of change in their mind to see your side. So you want to be very, very sincere with what you're telling them, because the more sincere you are, the more beliefs they're going to have in you. And again, a lot of this is going to come back to a lot of the sections of you listening and your discovery, honing in again, like I just mentioned, on that pain, really zeroing on what's important to them. Excuse me. And that's really what's going to have a lot of success when it comes to persuasion. On this, again, this is something that's huge, is the confidence and the belief, not only in yourself, but in your product or the service that you are providing. So all these things come into play, guys. Persuasion is something that is big on sales that you must have some trust in to really put that professionalism and instill in your prospects. So with that said, guys, that's really another section here. This is a little bit of a shorter video. Persuasion is something that is kind of learned throughout time. But again, some of the key things here are going to be, for one, as always, listening, zeroing in on some pain, but using your voice inflection, your pitch, and your tone to either be sincere or to make sure that they're on your level of excitement, to make sure that you know, wow, this person thinks this is the greatest thing of all time. I need to see what he's talking about. Okay, that's going to be the persuasion there. Or again, if it's going to be the part of the pain moment or the problem that they're going to have, you are going to be more serious. This is going to be a serious matter. You are going to be like you're in the hospital with somebody. Man, I can't believe this. This is so bad. This is the worst thing I've ever heard. I'm here to help you. So a couple things there, guys. Again, your voice inflection, your tone, and your pitch is huge. And you want to make sure that you're captivating your prospects with your words and your demeanor and your confidence, and making sure that they do trust you and believe you 100%, that you do care, because you should, and that you're here to help. So that is the art of persuasion, guys. I hope that helps. This is number 3. And until next time, I'll see you on course 4.